Chris Salvador from Sequel Buzz wanted to talk about something that I feel is an important thing that happened today. It is not an April Fool's joke. Wolverine, X-Men Origins Wolverine, a work print, has been leaked onto the internet a full month before the movie's supposed to go into theaters. It is Fox's biggest tentpole movie of the year. This is the one. If there was one, it would be this one. And my thoughts, I really feel that it's justified in the sense that this is what it's kind of karmic justice for the Watchmen suit that Fox basically tried to do, where they tried to stall the release of Watchmen, and they didn't because they knew they wouldn't make any money if it was stalled and that there was already a movie. But I feel it is kind of karmic justice, and I don't think that Fox has a stake now where they're going to say a statement that, oh, don't download this because it's killing the industry, blah blah blah. It's like it kind of feels like like I said, it's just like justice, where it's like, how can you call people who are watching it now pirates when that's exactly what Fox, the actions that they took towards the stalling of Watchmen and the money that they made that really they weren't really entitled to when the property was in turnaround, and they sold it and they took it to another studio, and they knew from the moment, if they could find out right now that X-Men Origins is on the internet, well, of course they could find out that Watchmen, a property that they worked on, was going to be made, as it was being made, as trailers were coming out, come on. Like, they were just being shady, waiting, to strike at the last moment to say, oh, well, we'll just wait till they, the months prior that it's about to be released, and just kind of come out and say, hey, you got to give us money. Here's something you guys didn't see. It's kind of like, yeah, it's like Daniel Plainview, drainage. It's like, oh, drainage, my dear Paramount, drainage, and it's well, it's not Paramount, it was Warner Brothers, but I'm thinking of Star Trek. Sorry, because I got something in my head. I was saying, like, basically, Paramount has Star Trek coming out, and I was wondering, like, if this had been a leak of Star Trek, I might be more inclined to be like, yeah, don't watch it. It's wrong, because I'm a fan of J.J. Abrams, I'm a fan of the filmmakers, I'm a fan of the studio, and I know that, they're talking about the financial problems that are happening, and I know Gavin Hood and all the people who worked on this movie, they do want it to make as much money as they can so they can have a sequel. And like I said, this is just something where it's like, I support the going and seeing of this movie, and for that reason, I would say if you do pirate it, and you do find it, I do think, like in this sense, I don't think that it's the same thing. I think with this, their biggest superhero movie, like I said, it's just justice that the money that they kind of just, you can't say illegally, they legally, they shadily got money out of Watchmen and got a profit, and in a way this is kind of taking away from that profit for Wolverine in a way. And like I would suggest that, if you can get a copy of it, because it's pretty much, they're going to make it extremely difficult to get one, but some people have got it. If you can get it, I still would suggest maybe paying to see it in theaters, maybe on on opening weekend if you want to, if you're still a fan of it. I do still want to see it in theaters, but I do feel like whoever leaked it, and I hope it was Zack Snyder and maybe somebody at Warner Brothers, but whoever leaked it, I know they're going to go out. There have been leaks before. The Hulk, not the Incredible Hulk, but the Hulk in 2003, Attack of the Clones got leaked. There's always been leaks that happen, and I don't think it really hurts the whole movie as a whole, but still in this case it might take a slice of the pie. But my whole thing is just, it's just karmic justice for Watchmen, and it's kind of like it's like Danny Ocean, and George Clooney's character in Ocean's 13 telling Al Pacino, is like, oh, you should know better, and you shook Sinatra's hand. I think it's the same thing here with Fox. It's like, you should know better, if like with Watchmen, like, come on, you should know better than to fuck around with our biggest movie. And in a way now their biggest movie has just been fucked with, and it's been released. But like I said, for the filmmakers and everybody involved, I know that they don't want this, no money means that, and if they don't see it in the back end or whatever, that it might hurt fans of the X-Men to seeing some kind of continuing thing. But in this case, like I said, I just can't, I sympathize, but I look at it and go, it's just an issue of, it just seems right that it got leaked early. I don't know. It just seems right, and if any money is lost, it seems right, because that's the money that they kind of stuck their hands in the homeless man and took out his pennies, and now they're bitching because, oh my God, like, our movie's not going to make as much money now. It's like, I just feel it's karma, and that sometimes if you do, have good relationships with studios and not try and fuck people over, and that what's going on at Fox, that if you try to just be honest about what the movies that you make, like The Dark Knight, and you're going to make the money back. You're going to make, they talk all this crap about that the piracy, whatever, that this stuff existed in July 2008, and The Dark Knight is the second highest grossing picture, even with DVD, even with piracy, even with broadband. People still went to go see that. So sometimes it's just a matter of, and that movie was a movie rated, basically should have been rated R, really not for kids, done serious, and, just interesting to show that is the second highest grossing picture, and that was about a superhero, and that made it, and, during the process of making that, there was no kind of shady shit going on, and everybody got paid out, and, it was just something where, I don't really, can't really go for the whole, this movie's gonna hurt our money, and blah, 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 and then movies don't make money anymore. They do make money. It's just maybe they don't make money for the wrong people, and maybe they're making money more for the right kind of people who are, who aren't disrespectful and who aren't constantly, going after, piracy and this and going, just people who are fans of the material are going to pay buttloads to go to own it and to spread it around. So fans of Wolverine, I know they're going to go see this movie in theaters, but like I said, for the ones who were just morbidly curious and they have some knowledge of getting this bootlegged, I can't, like I said, if it was a Star Trek, if this happened to Star Trek, I'd be against it, but because it's Fox, because it's their big superhero movie, because of what they did to Watchmen, I guess I'm for it, and I hope that whoever did leak it, I hope that that is in consideration. And I know it won't be, the judge really won't look at it that way, but I do look at it that way and go, hey, it sucks when you steal shit at the last minute, and doesn't it? It sucks, doesn't it? It doesn't feel good when you kind of go in and get your shit kicked from under you. So that's just the way I feel.